Well, what a great start to a great day. Well, it's still too early to tell. Hopefully nothing bad happens. But today is a great day because I'm going to be going back down to Southern California to finally pick up our plane, our 1967 Comanche 260B. It's been an annual for, I don't know, maybe like a month or two. But when I flew it down there in November, the conditions up here in Northern California ended up becoming IFR, and so we got stuck. I left the plane down there. There were two airports up here that were reporting VFR, but it's a 2-hour flight, and if it were changed, I would have gotten stuck in a really bad way because the entire Central Valley in Northern California was like completely IFR. I think like Reno or like South Lake Tahoe was the only airport that would have stayed. It would have created more issues. So instead of putting my family in danger, I made it was an easy decision, but at the same time it was a difficult decision. Left the plane down in French Valley, and we drove back. It was a 7.5-hour drive instead of, it was closer to 8, but 8-hour drive versus a 2-hour flight, and that was a decision I made. I don't regret it one bit. So the plane was there maybe like 2 months early, maybe even 3 months early for the annual, and I just didn't have time to drive back down there, go pick it up, fly it back, and then I was going to have to fly it back down there in February to drop it off for the annual over at Aircrafters at French Valley. I think it's Foxtrot 70 if it hasn't changed. So today I'm going to be driving to a little town of Merced, and I'm going to be catching a semi-private charter down to LAX. It's called Advanced Air, and so we're going to go down. I'm going to go down there, stay at one of my friend's houses, Rod's house, and then in the morning, hopefully, we'll go out to French Valley and go check the plane out, maybe fly it back to Fullerton in Orange County, and then fly it back home the next day, or maybe stay an extra day and goof around. But it was difficult because this time of year, it's 2022, it's kind of like beginning to be the peak season for tourism in Northern California, like the Yosemite National Park. So they're not offering one-way rental cars, and so I called around. Nobody's offering one-way rental cars. I was going to drive down there, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find a car, so I got stuck trying to think of different solutions to the problem, and I found Advanced Air. I'm not getting sponsored by them, just using their services. They seem to be great. They are out of Merced, and they go from Merced to LAX and Merced to Las Vegas, and a PC12 Pilatus. So it was $160 round trip one way, and that's what a rental car was going to cost one way. So I said, fuck it, I'll just go down to LAX and Uber to Orange County. It might cost a little bit more money, but really kind of not really that big of a deal. So I'm really excited to go and experience the airline because it's relatively close to where I live. It's not really close, but it's relatively close considering Southern California is an 8-hour drive. So with that debacle behind me, I'm going to move forward and make my way down to Southern California, and hopefully tomorrow we will be in French Valley checking out the plane, and hopefully all is well. We did have to replace the stabilator, the trim tab. It did get cracked, and my mechanic, which is such a great guy, such a conservative guy when it comes to safety of a flight, he said, no, there's no way, you got to replace it. So that was kind of what prolonged the annuals. I had to look for a left-sided trim tab for a PA24 260. 260 or 250, either one would fit. But anyways, finally got that on. Plane should be all dialed in, and I will fly it back. And after about 6 months of not having a plane, I'm kind of missing it. So hopefully everything goes smooth, and we'll bring you along. And you'll enjoy it. Hopefully. I'm just kidding. I have no idea what approach we're on to LAX. I'm not the pilot. Clearly, I'm just the passenger. I think we're in the high rent district.
Yeah. Yeah, we're in the it's all PJs.
PJs, yeah, no shit. I wish I had a chance to film a little bit more of this trip, but I was so drunk because my friends are all alcoholics and we had a great time. So flying over the Central Valley of California here, you can see there's nobody in my plane, which is an expensive one-way trip, but we're probably north of Bakersfield working on Fresno at about 155 knots in smooth air. You can see all that farmland, man. If you had a problem or an engine out and you couldn't land somewhere down in the Central Valley of California, you probably shouldn't have your pilot's license.